good morning, or actually probably good afternoon because I post my videos at 2 p.m. So anyway, hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. CEO of not knowing what I want my intro to be. Okay, first things first, happy Thanksgiving, because I know most people watching this probably celebrate Thanksgiving, and as you can tell from the title, I do not. Take two, the miracle of Thanksgiving. Hi, how you doing? Hey crew, welcome back to my channel. No, oh dear God, no. I just can't come up with an intro that I like, so we're just gonna skip it. Alrighty, let's just jump right into today's video. Today I'm going to be telling the story. It's not really a story, it's just a couple sentences about why I do not celebrate Thanksgiving. And I'm also going to be giving you guys a list of 10 things that I am thankful for. Okay, first things first, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Why don't I celebrate Thanksgiving? It's a very simple answer. Very easy, very to the point. So basically, I grew up very normal, kind of. Like, we definitely celebrated Thanksgiving when I was a child. It was huge, like tons of people in the house, family, extended family, family friends, friends of family friends, like huge events until I was about 10 or 11 maybe. Probably 11 was probably like my last one, I had to assume. Because when I was 12 years old, my grandfather was diagnosed with some form of cancer. I don't really remember what it is. I want to say it was pancreatic cancer, but like, don't quote me. Has nothing to do with the story, really. But basically, my grandpa was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer June 2006. And unfortunately passed away of it on November 23rd, 2006, which also happened to be Thanksgiving. So my mom was a huge daddy's girl growing up. And so once he died on Thanksgiving, she kind of just never wanted to celebrate it again. So we stopped. So I haven't celebrated it since I was 12 years old. I am now currently 27. So it's been about 15 years since I celebrated Thanksgiving. So it's not any sort of like, I don't know, like political thing or religious thing. I don't know if there's a religion that frowns upon Thanksgiving, but if there is, that's not why we don't celebrate it. It's just not a great like memory for us. We also don't have that family anymore. So it's just my mom and I. So not that like you can't celebrate with two people, but A, neither of us know how to cook. B, neither of us like would want to make that entire meal for just two people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, since my grandfather died on Thanksgiving, we just have never celebrated it. And then weirdly enough, I guess not like weirdly, but I just don't think we're meant to celebrate it. Last year on Thanksgiving, my best friend at the time, well, one of my best friends at the time, she gave my mom and I part of her Thanksgiving dinner. Just like to be nice, you know, because she was always, like, honestly, she was a great friend. But it was the last time that I really like was friends with her. After she gave us that dinner, the next day I saw her and talked to her, and then never again. Like, she just ended the friendship after 6 years for whatever reason. To this day, I still don't know the reason. And it was very heartbreaking. It was devastating. I was so upset, cried many tears. And so I just kind of feel like Thanksgiving is cursed for us. I also remember, I don't remember what happened, but I do remember at one point I had a YouTube video on here like titled The Thanksgiving Curse. And that was years ago. Like I'm trying to think what year it would have been. Like probably 2015, probably, or maybe even 14. Like it was years ago. So I don't remember what happened. I want to say it was something with the cable. Like the cable had been, don't eat that. Like the cable had been turned off for some reason and we couldn't get it to turn back on because it was like the Thanksgiving holiday. And so no one was in there like when you called. I don't know. I can't remember, guys. But I just feel like Thanksgiving is not a good day for my family and I. We just don't celebrate. It's just Thursday to us. And it's so funny because there's always those people who are like, oh my goodness, Christmas doesn't start until after Thanksgiving. Like, you guys just completely forget about the holiday. And I never do it, but I always think like, what if I was just an obnoxious Karen, you know? Like, well, not everyone celebrates Thanksgiving. Like, I could totally be that girl, but I don't because I mind my business. I'm not like that. Not all the time anyway. But that does not mean that I am not thankful for things. Okay, next I want to get into the top 10 things that I am most thankful for in my life currently at 27 years old. But I'm not going to name them in any particular order because I didn't take the time to put them in any particular order. I did write them down though. First thing is Stormy. Say hi. Okay. Yeah. The first thing on the list that I am most thankful for is Stormy girl right here. This cat, let me tell you, this cat brings me an unhealthy amount of joy. I mean, I am obsessed with her and she's just as obsessed with me. Nothing else on planet Earth makes me feel as loved as this cat. Nothing. Nothing more than this cat. This cat wants to be with me at all times. Huh, Stormy girl? He's the bestest, baby. If you don't know who Stormy is, I got Stormy like 2 weeks into quarantine. She is my kitten. She's not really a kitten anymore, but I got her when she was 3 days old in quarantine from that same friend who decided not to be my friend anymore after 6 years. It's fine. I'm not bitter. But she gave me Stormy when Stormy was 3 days old. She was born on her porch. If you like watch my quarantine vlogs, you will see when I got Stormy and like how small she was. And Stormy and I have been through it together. Like the day after I got Stormy, I lost my soulmate and it was devastating. We were in the middle of the pandemic. Stormy needed lots of care from the vet because she had been abandoned, you know. She had to be bottle fed every hour. She had to be incubated. And when I say incubated, I mean like we had to get like a box and put a heating pad on the top and the bottom and like in the box with her, just to help her keep her body temperature. And it was like her first 2 weeks of life were so touch and go. Everyone said that like she was not gonna survive. The vet said we should give her away to a clinic who could take better care of her. Not to brag, but they didn't know me. They didn't know what type of mom I would be. They didn't know like what a fighter Stormy was, what a fighter I am. And so we just have this bond, you know. Like, I raised her. I'm her mommy. I kept her alive. I got up and bottle fed her every single hour, Stormy girl. So she is something that I'm super grateful for. Like I don't have the greatest home life, and I feel like Stormy makes coming home worth it. Or like if I have bad days like with certain people in my life, when she just like jumps up onto my chest and curls on like and lays down and goes to sleep, like feels safe enough and relaxed enough to go to sleep on top of me, like there's just no love like that, you know. I'm assuming there is if you have like a real child and not a fur child, but I don't, so that's what I have. Okay, number 2. Next I'm going to say that I am thankful for my health. I've always been taught and told that like health and wealth are the most important things to like live a happy life, because my mom always said that you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have good health, like what's the point of it? I'm thankful for my health. My mom has very bad health and she's handicapped, some would say crippled, so she does not have the greatest health. And so I feel like dealing with that since I was like I don't know, 19 years old. I'm 27 now. It just has always made me really thankful for how healthy I am. You know, like I don't have any like chronic pain. I don't have any underlying diseases. I mean, you know, like knock on wood, yet anyway. So I'm very thankful for my health, and I feel like just being in the middle of a pandemic, like whether you believe in the Rona or not, whether you think it was a hoax, whether you believe in masks, whether you believe in the vaccines, doesn't matter. Like it's always good to be thankful for your health, to be healthy and not have like spending this holiday in the hospital or sick in bed. Number 3. This one's gonna be kind of funny, I think. I think it's gonna be funny. But I'm actually thankful for you guys and YouTube and my social media, my Instagram, my Snapchat, my TikTok. I love social media. Now, I know that there is a ton of negative stigma around social media. It gives people a false expectation of what their life should look like at a certain point. It's toxic. It makes people very, very insecure. It promotes like, you know, narcissism and just all these bad things that I don't know the proper words for, but like they're out there. And I'm not saying that they're wrong. I do think it takes a certain type of person to be on social media, but I have always been a people person. I am a total social butterfly. I hate being at home. People always joke that like I have so many friends and so many best friends, and it's funny, but it's not like a lie joke. It's not like they're being sarcastic. I do, because I'm gonna get into that because that's like another thing on the list, but I'm just saying that like this is another way for me to have more friends, and it's something that I enjoy. I enjoy sharing my life. I enjoy like I feel like I watch so many YouTubers who say things like, oh, I just love editing, I love creating content, and I love doing that. And in a way, I guess I do too, but for me, it's definitely more about sharing my life, you know? And not like in a braggy way. My life is nothing to be bragged about. You know, I'm not some like 16-year-old kid who, you know, just like went viral one day and now I have millions of dollars in the bank. I enjoy like making memories, and like even though, for instance, looking back, like those 4 heartbreak videos that I posted during quarantine, like they're hard to watch, but I also like having those. So like I remember what I went through, and like there's a video on my channel of my best friend Dan the Man and I doing a bubble run like 5-6 years ago, and it's so fun to go back and look at that and be like, oh, I remember that, you know? So that's why I do it, and I'm so thankful that I have this outlet and that I have you guys to talk to, and I just feel like it's so good for me. And I know that it's not for everyone, and that some people, you know, obviously have a very negative view of people who put things on social media and put their whole lives out there. And I mean, I've lost friends because of it. I've had friends, you know, not want to be in things because of it, which I respect 100%. I would never shove a camera in someone's face who didn't want it there. I would never like just spring it on them and just whip it out. You know, I always, even my best friend Jenna, who I've known since I was 3 years old, whenever I do something and I want to bring the camera, I always say like, can I vlog this, or can I film this, you know, like just out of respect. So I'm just very thankful that I have this outlet, and I really enjoy doing it. I am not one of those YouTubers who loves the editing process and who loves to try. It's just because I'm not like a technical person. I don't love sitting at the computer and trying 14 different things on one clip of a video. You know what I mean? Like I just don't have the attention span for that. I like this part. I like talking to the camera. I like telling you about me. I like telling you about my life. I like sharing it on Instagram and TikTok. I like dancing on TikTok. I like posting funny things on Snapchat. Like that stuff genuinely makes me happy. So I am thankful that I live in this time period so that way I can enjoy this. Number 4, so this one is a specific app, And normally I would not just shout out one app. This is not sponsored, by the way, but I am very, very, very grateful for this app called Marco Polo because my best friend Angelique and I use it nearly every day. And my best friend Angelique lives in Washington. If you don't know what Marco Polo is, it's kind of like a video sending app. Stormy, open the bathroom door, don't get scared. It's not a ghost, I don't think. But it has been the biggest blessing for hers and mine friendship, because when Angelique first moved away, she just moved to Utah. I live in Las Vegas. And so she was only like 4-ish hours away. So I made it a point to go see her once a year. And she lived in Utah for like 4 or 5 years maybe. That sounds long. Maybe 3, 4. And then she moved to Washington. And when she moved to Washington, it was a lot harder to get to see her once a year. So I haven't seen her since 2018. Because in 2019, I was dating my soulmate and working 2 jobs, and so I just could not get out there to her. But to be fair, it's also because I thought I was going to get out there in September, and then that trip ended up not happening. And so I figured I would go early 2020. Oh, and we all know what happened in 2020, so I obviously did not see her then. And then 2021, there's just been a lot. 2021 has not been the greatest year, but it also has in some ways, which is why we're doing this. I just feel like there were, you know, her moving away and not being here every day. She obviously kind of, I don't want to say missed a lot, but they're just, you know, when someone's not here every day, they don't see the complete inner workings of your life. And so I feel like it kind of put, I don't want to say like a wedge between us, because we never stopped being friends. We never stopped being best friends. We just went from talking like once a month when she lived in Utah to probably talking like twice a year when she moved to Washington. I mean, she got married, she has kids. I had my 2 jobs, my soulmate. And so, you know, life just was passing us by, but we would like wish each other happy birthday or Merry Christmas or like check in once in a while. So there was that, but it was definitely not that constant everyday talk. Anyway, we started using this app back in May, and now I feel like we are back to talking as often as we were like when we were in high school. And it's just so nice, and I feel like I'm so thankful to have that friendship rekindled, you know, even though like the flame never went out, but like it dulled, if that makes sense, because we just didn't communicate as often. I feel like having that reconnected is one of the things that I am most grateful for. Number 5, something that I'm super grateful for, and I don't want to like pinpoint too much of it because it'll just be really long then, is the growth that I have had. I just feel like looking back at my past self, not even just last year, but the last couple years, and seeing where I am now versus where I am, or I was then, I just feel so proud of me. And I know that's probably so conceited to say, but I just have learned so much, not only about myself, but about life, about finances, about adulting. Like, honestly, the Rona was the biggest eye-opener for me ever. For the longest time, I remember my mom used to tell people like, yeah, but Ashley's a young 22. She's a young 23. Like, she's not like a normal 24-year-old. Like, she's a very, very young 25-year-old. And I just never knew what that meant. I never quite understood it. But now, growing as much as I have and learning and changing as much as I have had, I feel like I fully understand what she meant now. I went through a lot of things this year that were not good. Like my best friend's husband being murdered, and my mom being forced to retire, and me really having to kind of step up and suddenly be like the main provider and like the matriarch all of a sudden, you know, like taking on this role. I feel like it has made me grow up, which I'm thankful for. Like, I'm almost embarrassed at how naive and ignorant I was, you know, or how just like la-di-da I was about life and everything. You know, I wish that I had kind of thought, like, you know that saying, like, ignorance is bliss? That was me. I just had no idea about anything. And I feel like now I've taken such initiative to better my life and better my mom's life and take the steps that are necessary that would have been so much better to take when I was like 21. But I mean, you know, better late than never. So I just feel really proud of me, you know, and I feel really proud that I always go through these things, and I definitely fall, and I fall hard, but I always get back up. Like, I don't stay down for long, and I am really, really proud that I've gone through these things and in a way grown, but also stayed myself and stayed true to who I am. I haven't let the world, the harsh realities of the world, or the things that I've gone through, like, I don't think dull my shine is the right word. It hasn't hardened me. I still am the happy-go-lucky, optimistic girl. You know, I definitely have a lot more sad moments than I probably did a few years ago when everything was fine in my life, but I'm thankful for them. I'm thankful to be growing up, and I'm thankful for the time that I had to be that kind of Peter Pan, never grow up kind of girl and just live happily. But I'm thankful for where I'm at now. This one's kind of materialistic, but if you saw my last vlog, it was me washing my car for the first time in the 2 years and 2 months that I had had it. And I did that because I wanted to trade it in, and I was too embarrassed to take it to the dealership the way that it was looking. And so I went and got it washed, and I actually traded it in, and I have a brand new car. And so that is something that I'm thankful for. I'm gonna do a whole video on my new car, so I'm not gonna like go into details on it, but I am very thankful and very proud that I got this car. Okay, I don't want to get mushy, but I do want to give a shout out to all my friends and all my best friends. I can't tell you how many times I like will text a friend telling them something or asking them something, or just venting to them, and they'll just be there for me. And like, I can't tell you how many times in a day or how many times in a week that I think to myself like, oh, how did I get so lucky with this village that I have built for myself? My friends are the greatest human beings on this planet, no doubt. Also, I think I forgot to mention we're on number 6 or 7. 6 or 7. Shoot, I lost count. I don't know. I'm so thankful for my friends. Those are all my friends. Not all of them, but a lot of them on here. I feel so blessed. I have always said that my friends are my family because I don't have one. And so I feel like I really built a family. I built a village out of my friends. And I have so many people that I can count on. So many people who go out of their way to be there for me, to support me, to just be there. And I just, you know, like, I feel like it's such a generational thing to be like, I don't need anyone, like, it's just me, no one's got me like me. That is not me. I need people. Like, my friends have just always been there for me in ways that, like, family should be. You know, like, I have the greatest friends on the planet. I don't know what I did to get so damn lucky. I don't know what I did. I feel so blessed to have every single one of my friends. And I feel like I have such a special relationship with all my friends. And people always joke that I have a lot of best friends and you can't have more than one best friend. But I know that I can, because I know who my best friends are. I know who my friends are. And again, it's such a generational thing for me to see, you know, like, I've never had a friend like me, or, you know, it's always me going out of my way. It's always me doing these things for other people, but no one ever does anything for me. And it's just, you know, I mean, like, I can't vouch. I don't know, obviously, but I just feel like I can never relate. And it makes me sad for them, because I'm just like, I can't imagine like what it would be like when I see people post that like they've never had a true friend or they've never had a best friend, and here I have a handful, you know? Like, I can count on one hand, the amount of friends that I have lost in my lifetime. And I said that in another video. It's 4. Only 4 people. And that was them. Like, that is them being like, hey, we don't want to be your friend anymore. I don't know, guys. I got really lucky. So if you're my friend and you're watching this, like, just know that I am so thankful for you, more than I can describe in words. And I wish that I could show you all how much you mean to me and how thankful I am for you in like each individual way that you are. Like, so many things and so many people are popping through my head. We could not get through them all in this YouTube video. I debated doing this one because I didn't want to give anyone like a specific shout out, because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, because again, I do have so many friends and I do have so many people that I consider best friends, but I just felt that this person really, really, really did deserve a special shout out, because this person to me is much more than a friend. She is my lifesaver, and that is my best friend, Amber. Amber has been saving my life since I was 14 years old. So just a little background. Amber and I went to high school together. She was a year older than me. I came from a private school, never having been to a public school, never owned a pair of jeans. Like, I grew up really weird with some weird rules. I know I said in the beginning of the video I grew up normal, but not completely. I wasn't allowed to like paint my nails, pierce anything, dye my hair. Like, I had a weird childhood. So I had met Amber my freshman year, obviously, and we were never super close. But I remember we had to go to Disneyland. Well, we got to go to Disneyland. I shouldn't say we had to go. We were blessed enough to be going to Disneyland with the cheer team, or as a cheer team, and we needed a pair of jeans and a pair of black like Ugg boots. They didn't need to be real Uggs, but they needed to look like that. And I had never owned a pair of jeans. I wasn't allowed to wear jeans. I didn't have any black boots, and I knew that if I tried to get some, like, my mom wasn't gonna buy them for me. She did not let me wear the color black. And so Amber came up and asked me, what size shoe do you wear? What size pants do you wear? And she gave me a pair of jeans, my first pair, and a pair of black boots, because she had extra of them. So that was the first time she saved my life. Over the course of the next, how long have we been friends now? 12 years? I failed math. She didn't. She's a math genius. But over the next 12 years, there were several more times that she saved my life. When I got my heart broken 2-3 times, she would come over and let me cry on her. She would bring me cookie dough and strawberries. She would let me go spend the night at her house if I didn't want to be at home. She was the first person who took me to Panda Express and showed me what orange chicken was. She would drive around with me and we would go on ice cream dates, and she would just let me talk and complain and cry. She was like the big sister I never had. And those memories are so special to me. And like, she would pick me up from school, you know, if I had a bad day, and like take me to get something to eat, and she would always help me with anything. I remember, I say it all the time as a joke, but I really did fail math. Like, I failed the class, so I had to retake it online, and I'm sorry to any faculty members watching this, but Amber took it for me. And not only did she take it for me, but she took it for me like a week after she had brain surgery. She just was constantly saving my life. And I remember one time, I forget, I think it was my 24th birthday party. It was so windy. And if you know me, and you know how I used to throw parties, I would plan my parties like 6 months ahead of time. And the wind was just crazy the night before my party, and it ruined like more than half of my decorations. And I was having a complete meltdown because I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, I can't even fit the entire party inside. Like, we always did half inside, half outside, because just too many people were coming to fit inside my house all at once. And Amber came over. Ow, hours before the party and helped me fix decorations, helped me make more. She ran to the donut shop for me, which was all the way across town, and then came back, and she always came to my parties, even though they were on weeknights at 11 p.m. and she had to work at like 4 a.m. the next day. She always came. She never missed a party. And not only would she not miss the party, but she would come early. She would bring me presents, huge elaborate presents. And lastly, most recently and most importantly, as to why I'm putting her specifically in this video, is because the first 9 years that I was working, I worked at a restaurant in the mall, and then I had 2 jobs on the strip. One of them was a restaurant job, and one of them was a box office representative. But then an incident happened at one of my jobs, and I didn't post about the incident online, but I did post on my Instagram that I was so tired of living life this way. Amber replied to the story on Instagram and was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "I'm just so over this life. I'm packing up my stuffed animals and moving to Hawaii, and I'm gonna live on the beach." And she was like, "Can I come?" And I was like, "Obviously." And she was like, "Okay, but until we move, do you want to talk about what's wrong?" And so I told her what happened, and I was like, "It just sucks because I feel so trapped because this was back in February of this year, so February 2021. So we were still very much in the midst of the Rona, the strip was still on 50% capacity. We were not fully open yet. And so I was like, I can't just quit my job because then I can't get unemployment. I can't just go out and get any job because I made really good money at the pub on the strip. And I was like, I need one that I can pay my bills. And she called me and was like, "Do I have the job for you?" And she saved my life, bottom line, hands down. If you've ever seen that interview of Selena Gomez and Francia, the girl who gave Selena Gomez her kidney, and the interviewee is like, "You talk about Francia like she saved your life," and Selena Gomez just looks at her and is like, "Because she did." That's how I feel about Amber. I'm not just saying that she's a good friend. I'm not just saying that she's been there for me. Go Amber. She has saved my life. I would not be in the position that I am today without Amber. I wouldn't be who I am today without Amber. Which brings me to the last thing on my list. What I'm most thankful for this year is my new job. Because I have loved my jobs in the past. I have loved my coworkers in the past. My coworkers are a lot of the people that I was just talking about. How I said I was blessed with the greatest people. I mean, my castle crew, holy hell. My castle crew are angels on earth. I guess you could say she got me my new job. She gave me the opportunity. And it just happened so fast, and it was so right. And, I know a lot of people, again, to go back even farther in the video, people say you shouldn't put your whole life on the internet and you shouldn't use, the internet like your diary, but I did, and Amber saved my life because of it. So I now have a job that I could see myself doing for the rest of my life. Every day when I am done with work and I get in my car, I have never felt so lucky to have a job. I have never felt so lucky finishing a day's work. If you don't know, because I know I haven't said it yet, but I've said it in previous videos, I'm an RBT, so I work with kids who have autism. Alright crew, that is my list. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope everyone watching this, if you celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys get to eat lots of yummy food. I hope you guys get to spend time with your family. I hope you get to relax. I hope you get to do whatever you want to do. I hope you get to spend time with the people that you're thankful for. I'm thankful that you guys watched this video. If you guys liked this video, pretty please give it a thumbs up. It really supports me and really supports my channel. And if you guys liked me, pretty please hit the subscribe button. I would be so thankful if you did it. No, you're probably not going to, because that was so corny. I post new videos every Monday and every Thursday, so be on the lookout for those. I will talk to you guys in Monday's video. Okay, love you, bye.